Alrighty, greetings everyone. This is race number 2 for the USA Truck Series. We've got some newcomers this week. The number 89 of Gavin Legend joins us. The number 50 of Tim Cording joins us. Luis Rodriguez, or Louis Rodriguez. I'm gonna go with Luis Rodriguez. In the number 48 truck. And the number 19 of Atlee Weiss. I hope that's right. He can let me know later if I botched that. But we've got 4 newcomers to the series. We're only one race in, so there's plenty of opportunity for them to gain position. Looks like so far on the pole is Maggie Reams. We got last week's winner, Aunt Me Person, starting second. I believe the qualifying is over. Might give it 50 seconds here and see. Okay, it looks like our qualifying is official. Maggie Reams gets the pole. I believe that's the second pole of the season that she's got. Aunt Me Person, our winner last week. Actually, Maggie got the pole for the shake-up race, which does not count because that wasn't a points-paying race. Last week's winner, Aunt Me Person, starts second. Zach Armstrong starting third. Tim Hansen starting fourth. Kellen Oakley starting fifth. Matthew Fastnot sixth. Krista Cower, 7th. Philip Leeds, 8th. Jordan Walker, 9th. I want to see it. Okay, John. I was like, I'm still figuring out the names here for the most part. John Brinker starting 10th. It looks like Tristan Reams in 11th. Gavin Legend in 12th. Chaz Chadwick in 13th. And then we've got James Robert in 14th. We've got Trevor Walker and William Kinsella Jr., Paulo Ladino, Roland Heidfeld, Jessica Hergeson, Luis Rodriguez, Tayden Berggren, Tim Cording, Atlee Weiss, James King, David Bird, and Nathan Morgan. I'm giving it another minute here until it strikes 8 o'clock. Giving everyone a chance to get into the stream here.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Ant Me Person will be looking here to go back-to-back wins. Starting up front's always a plus here because you'll want to stay out of the hornet's nest in the back.
How quick the commitment line comes up on you in the turn 2 there. Don't let him speed because it's a short box right there. Second was on the green flag, wearing him out. Even if he says he understands, keep wearing him out. The pit off from turn 4. Was just love him.
Our pace truck is off, and they're gonna get going right here. Green, 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 let's go racing. As they pass the bricks for their first revolution around the track. Ant Me Person stuck out on the high groove here, and that ain't gonna do him any favors as Maggie Reams takes the initial lead here. Kellen Oakley there on the inside trying to potentially get 3 wide. And it's actually Krista with the 3 wide move on Kellen there. That move pays off as she moves now into second, passing Ant Me Person. She's had a solid truck throughout these first few races, and it wouldn't be a surprise to see her up front all night. As we got gals running 1 and 2 right now. The women of the sport are showing down. Krista is not content with sitting second here, as it looks like she's going to attempt to get by Maggie for the lead. Walker's brothers are running 3 and 4 right now. Jordan Walker after having a dismal race last week, and Trevor Walker redeeming himself after a tough shakeup race. They're both looking pretty strong right now. It looks like Jordan Walker is going into the lead here, as Krista is only able to maintain the lead for a short period of time. We've got 3 wide after 3 wide after 3 wide in the back. This is going to spell trouble. We're going to watch in mid-pack here to see. That's going to be the hot spot for sure. John Brinker is now showing some strength on the inside lane here. Jordan Walker still maintaining a top 5 run at the moment. Tristan Reams is looking good, running roughly 5th right now, 6th. Oh, and where did Atlee Weiss come from? Coming deep from the pack, I believe. He's already worked his way into the top 10. Some bumping and banging there with Trevor Walker as he's making it work on the inside lane there. John Brinker to the lead. John Brinker's gonna hold it on the high lane here, it looks like, as Krista makes a move for the lead and gets it. But don't count Matthew Fastnot out. And even our newcomer, Luis Rodriguez, has now moved his way into the top 5. He's gonna make a move for 2nd, it looks like. And is going to successfully do so on Matthew Fastnot. As everyone on track is still very much in the fight here. No one has lost the lead draft. Krista Cower is showing some impervial strength here, leading early. We got plenty of 3 wide action deep in the pack. Looks like Atlee got shuffled out. He's fallen about 15th now as we get some bumping and banging there. Matthew Fastnot's going to make a move on 2nd, it looks like. Try to get by Luis Rodriguez. And the door got shut too soon on him, and Luis is actually going for the lead on Krista. This is his first race in the series, so look out, field. He's putting everyone on notice. Chad Chaswick's now worked his way into the top 5 here. as well as Philip Leeds in the 66. And it looks like Chadwick is going to make a run for the lead here, as he led that lap over Lewis. Atlee's on the inside lane, making it look interesting. It's a lot of fun watching these trucks slip and slide around the track. Man, Atlee is on a tear. He's going to pass a bunch of trucks on the inside lane here. And he's going to make it stick too, as he's followed Kellen Oakley, and he's now fallen into 4th place. Tristan Reams is making up ground, and he's going to set himself up into 5th. Chadwick's now off to a solid lead on the rest of the field as he's stretching it out on Philip Leeds in 2nd. Atlee Weiss settles into 3rd, and Tristan Reams now up to 4th, with Nathan Morgan cracking into the top 5. Nathan Morgan's going to make it 3 wide for 3rd place. And with a little bit of bump to pass, it looks like he's going to succeed. Another 3 wide pass there, putting Jordan Walker up to 4th. And Kellen Oakley is flirting with passing him as well. We've got James King, and then we got Maggie Reams on the inside. Kellen Oakley unfortunately stuck in the center line, which is only going to cost him more positions as they pass him in the preferred line on the inside. Ant Meeperson, after starting up front, is shuffled all the way back outside the top 15, it looks like. But he's making some moves, and he's trying to get back to the front. John Brinker right there behind him. Those 2 guys were up front leading a couple laps ago. It's amazing that they haven't wrecked yet. They're staying close quarters without making any contact. Looks like we might have a change in the lead here, as Nathan Morgan got by Chadwick for the lead. Jordan Walker is attempting to get by Philip Leeds and Maggie Reams. Atlee Weiss is definitely a wild card as he continues to shuffle to the front and the back rapidly. So we're going to run through the field from the back. Zach Armstrong, after starting 3rd, has lost his mojo. It actually looks like he's made contact with the wall at one point, and it slowed his pace down greatly. as he's lost the lead pack. Actually, let's figure out what happened. What lap did he make contact with the wall? Still got his side panel on there, so it has to be. Looks like the 50 had some damage earlier too. It's got to be on one of the corners here. Man, even without hitting the wall, he struggled hard enough to, yep, there we go. It was just a kiss on the wall. Just cosmetic damage. So getting back to live, we're on lap 17 of 80. And going through the field, we still have the 68, 26th, the 7 of Roland Heidfeld in 25th, Hansen running 24th, Oakley running 23rd, Ladino running 22nd, we've got Cording running 21st, Trevor Walker running 20th, Kinsella running 19th, Krista, who was actually out front leading early, is now back to 18th. Robert, as well as Ferguson and Weiss, is packed up in 17th, 16th, and 15th. 14th for Legend. 13th for King. 12th for Rodriguez. 11th for Fastnot. 10th for Me Person. 9th for Berggren. 8th for Chadwick. Leeds running 7th. Jordan Walker running 6th. Looks like we've got Bird running 5th. Tristan Reams in 4th. Maggie Reams in 3rd. Brinker in 2nd. And our leader is still that of Nathan Morgan. We are still caution-free through 20 laps currently. Only minor scratches with the wall, it seems, for most drivers out there. As mentioned, we've had a lot of shuffling for the lead. Most of your leaders have been to the front and the back and then are working their way back towards the front again. I'll leave that screen up so we've got the lap counter. The only thing I don't like about it is it blocks the view of the cars in that area on the screen. So what we'll do is figure out if TV2 is better. That's mildly better. So Reams now, Tristan Reams up to 2nd, fighting Morgan. Actually, Morgan dropped back to 3rd. We've got Brinker in the lead. Tristan Reams in the Wonder Bread, the Talladega Nights tribute truck. Him and his wife Maggie both run in the series and have had a pretty decent start to the year. With Tristan, he won the shake-up race to start the season, and then Maggie has been running up front all year so far. Morgan moving in for 3rd. Rodriguez getting up to 2nd here. Morgan to the lead. Me Person has managed to work his way all the way up in the top 5 again here. He wants to take that win back to back. Rodriguez is the huge surprise, as he didn't race for the first race of the season. Regardless, his first race out looks pretty stellar. Person takes it deep on Rodriguez there to get second. Trevor Walker looking good, running into third now. Atlee Weiss has managed to make contact with the wall at one point. Tristan Reams, after running up front, is cycled outside the top 10. Running 11th now. And in the high groove in the danger zone. Currently at lap 26 of 80. And Nathan Morgan has worked his way back into the lead. Ant Meperson's looking good, running in second. Trevor Walker running third. Kellen Oakley has worked his way up to fourth, and James Robert rounding out your top 5 right now. Things have kind of mellowed out at the front. We haven't had as much shuffling for the lead. And pit stops are definitely going to be a factor as we're rolling towards 1/3 of the way through the race. And as I mentioned, pit stops are going to start to become a factor here, as our first pitter is that of William Kinsella Jr. Seems that he's the only one that pitted this early. So he's going to be going out there on fresh tires, but with no drafting help. It seems that his pit strategy is the worst luck. Oh, there we go. We have our first caution as he tried coming out of the pit groove too quickly and lost control of it. Oh, we don't have a caution? What the heck? We have a stalled truck. Our first caution, I went ahead and threw it manually. Had no one else on pit road, so we should be good. Unfortunately for Kinsella, he is out of the race. Or I would assume so, from the damage that he took from that wreck. Nathan Morgan holds the lead after the caution on lap 30. So they're likely going to have to make it to lap 60 for pit stops later in the race. And then we'll have a 20-lap shootout to determine the winner. So 30 laps into the race, we have our first caution as William Kinsella lost it coming off pit road and slammed into the turn 2 wall. Current leader is the number 8 Dodge Ram of Nathan Morgan. So it looks like last week's winner, Ant Me Person, comes out of the pits with the lead, passing Nathan Morgan, who was previously leading before the caution. the lights are out on the pace truck, and we only have one driver laps down, and that is the 3, who is 3 laps down. Ant Me Person is going to start in the lead here, and we'll see how this goes. We've got a 2-truck breakaway from the rest of the field as they're struggling to get up to speed. Nathan Morgan and Ant Me Person have drove away from the rest of the pack. Morgan here is going to take the lead, it looks like. This will only draw the pack closer to him as they're fighting for the lead. Ant keeps the lead. He cuts right in front of Nathan Morgan there. Tristan Reams is now closing in, him and his wife Maggie. And now we're getting all bunched up again at the front here. Morgan leads, but it looks like Maggie's going to take it from him. Chadwick goes low here on the inside as it makes 3 wide for, looks to be 4th place. Rodriguez coming on the inside here, going to make the same move as Chadwick. Maggie's holding the lead right now as Ant's going to have a charge here on the inside of her. He's going to make the move for the lead at the bricks here. Doesn't successfully get the lead, but pulls off the pass on Maggie for the lead. Rodriguez and Fastnod are coming pretty quickly on the inside here now. There's a bunch of shuffling for the lead no matter what. You're going to have someone that gets the lead and they'll drop back and lose at least 6 or more spots, it seems like. Find the inside lane and work their way to the front again. Matthew Fastnod's making a pass here for 2nd. Successfully pulls the maneuver on Luis Rodriguez. And he might be fighting for the lead here in a minute, as he's got a run on Ant for the lead here. A little bit of drafting help, it looks like, from Jordan Walker in the back. And he's successfully going to take the lead here on lap 39. Taden Berggren has now worked his way into the top 5 here. Last week he'd finished 3rd in the first race of the season. Going to try to back it up with another top 5 here, it looks like. This circuit around, they will be halfway, 40 out of 80 laps run here. Ant Me Person's out front right now as he passed Fastnot for the lead. Jordan Walker now is trying to make a move for the lead as well. Gets cut off by Ant. But he's definitely going to have a run here, it looks like. We've got a pair of Toyotas fighting the Dodge in the lead right now. And make that a trio of Toyotas as Maggie joins in for the fight. We've got our lone Chevy of Taden Berggren running fourth right now. We do have a little battle heating on the inside here as Ant Me Person and Matthew Fastnot as well as Taden Berggren are all fighting to secure a sponsorship here. Any driver not sponsored by a beverage company to get back-to-back top fives are going to draw the sponsorship of Pepsi. And right now as they run 1, 2, 3, it's anyone's battle to win. It'll only go to the driver that finishes in the furthest or the highest up in the finishing here. Since they got a top 5 last week, if they can pull it off, the highest finishing one will get it for this week. Atlee Weiss has now worked his way into fourth after struggling back and forth. And they're going to get 4 wide on him here, and this might not be good. This might end badly. Somehow they make it stick. Oh, no, they don't. As we might just have the big one here. Whoever gets through it, gets through it. But we're going to have a few that the race is probably over for them. Zach Armstrong started third in this race, and he was fighting for fifth there when he got wrecked into the wall by Krista. A lot of the drivers did a great job at avoidance. It looks like it may have very well been just a 2-truck wreck. Fastnot took the lead off Me Person there at the end before the caution sets the field. And we're going to have 35 laps to go. Likely everyone should come down pit road for their final pit stop. Looks like Jessica Hergeson benefits the most from the wreck. She is now in the top 5 for the first time today. Very minimal damage in that wreck. It was not a big one. You can see the wear and tear on Krista's truck after getting connected with the 68 of Zach Armstrong into the wall. Trevor Walker has fallen pretty far back into 18th at the moment. And as mentioned, everyone's pitting, it looks like. Maggie Reams, who was out front fighting for the lead, is sitting in 21st right now. Me Person gets the lead coming off pit road. Fast Knot in second, and we got Berggren sitting third, looking to match his third place finish from last week. Atlee comes out third, or fourth, my bad. Ferguson in fifth. Luis Rodriguez in sixth. King in seventh. Oakley in eighth. Leeds in ninth. And Reams in 10th. Kinsella gets one of his laps back as he runs on track, but he's going to have to start with the leaders here and hope that he doesn't get passed for that lap back. He'll have to hope for, oh, he's pitting on the next lap. That's right. They used to do that. The lap cars will pit on the next lap round. Pretty crazy. Our top three is looking just about the same as our finishing results from race number 1. With Ant Me Person in first, we had Taylor Berggren in third, and Fast Knot, who finished fourth in the first race, is running second. Newcomer Atlee Weiss is running fourth. And Jessica Hergeson with fifth. Lights are out on the pace truck as Ant Me Person is leading over Matthew Fastnot, Tayden Berggren, Atlee Weiss, and Jessica Hergeson. Our top 3 drivers had a solid first race of the season, and they're looking to stretch it out in the point standings. These 3 drivers are looking both at getting back-to-back top 5s. Or all 3 of them. We've got lap traffic there of Kinsella Jr. and Armstrong, as it doesn't seem that they're holding any traffic up though, because they still got fast enough trucks to hold pace with the leaders here. Atlee's going to get by Tayden, it looks like. As we're getting denser in the back again here. It's only a matter of time before we get another wreck. Atlee's going down. He still hasn't got by Tayden for third here. And Atlee is definitely going to get third here. He's got the inside lane and plenty of room to maneuver. Last week's late entry of Tim Hansen's also looking pretty solid, moving his way up to fourth. Fastnot and Me Person are getting out to a pretty sizable gap on third place Weiss here. Tayden Berggren still wanting to move his way to the front. That Pepsi sponsorship is looming large for these 3 drivers in the top 4. The other contender that could have been in it was William Kinsella. However, he's 3 laps down and won't get a chance at it here. Oh no, we got pit stops. Fastnot came down on pit road for a pit stop. I can only imagine everyone's gonna have to pit here. Why is he pitting? He had to, no, he pitted with the rest of them. I did that wrong. I don't know if I want to throw a caution. That just sucks because we had a solid contention for 3-man fight. Now I think we got it down to 2. And we got a new contender in the top 5 with the number 50 of Tim Cording. Don't believe Fastnot is he's making another trip down pit road, so he is having some mechanical failures or something. Our newcomer of Korting is now third, as well as Weiss, who's running second. And the same winner from last week, Ant Me Person, leading with 25 laps to go. Seems that a lot of drivers were just holding back until the end here, as we haven't seen Tim Korting up front until now. A lot of these drivers have struggled with kissing the wall. This banking makes it hard because you'll slide up out of the groove and hit the wall. It's hard to calculate your turns here. Fastnot's now made his third pit stop down. There must be something chronically wrong with the truck as he keeps coming down pit road. And he stops and then goes back again. Another chronic... I don't know if the AI in the game thinks that the truck's damaged and keeps pulling it on pit road. It's one of those wonky things that I don't know the answers to with NASCAR Racing 2003. He commits online and then he comes back onto the pit road. If I had to wager, the truck sounds like it's a little bit lame if it maybe running on short a cylinder or something. And he's going to come back down pit road. Reminds me of one time when I was at Bristol watching a modified race and they had a Lightning McQueen paint scheme on one of the modifieds. Well, the guy would come out, run a lap, and then he'd go back on pit road and come back out and do it. It was exactly what's going on here. I guess the strategy to it is if you do have something mechanically wrong with your truck, you're staying out of trouble, but you're staying out on track to gain any positions if there's a wreck. And at least he's not retired at this point. He still has an opportunity to gain positions if we have a wreck. He might end up causing a wreck coming off pit road here, unfortunately. Yep, and there we have our other pit road wrecker of William Kinsella gets taken out by Matthew Fastnot. It's a shame that the game couldn't figure out a better way to handle the situation for the AI. I don't know if we got a caution again or not. The last time this happened, we didn't get a caution. Okay, we got a caution. We're going to have a 20-lap shootout for the win here. And honestly, it's still anyone's game at this point. Our other contender for the Pepsi sponsor is Taden Berggren, who's now running 11th. He's got a lot of ground to make up, and he's also got to have Ant Me Person have some bad luck. There's definitely going to have to be some adjusting if we run this track again next year. I'm going to have to experiment with the track INI file or something, because this mod does not not run right here at the banked Indy. It's amazing that we still have so many trucks running that really only the 2 trucks of Fastnaut and Kinsella are the ones that are out of this race. And I guess Zach Armstrong 2 laps down, having been wrecked earlier when Krista got into him. Pitting might be the strategy here. If you're pitting in the further back, you're going to have fresh tires on the rest of the field. And it looks like a 50-50 split for the pit stops here, as we've got at least 10 trucks staying out and even just as many coming down pit road. I do believe everyone can make it on fuel if they didn't pit, but this will be the I don't know what's wrong with Taden Bergren's truck here. Oh, he's going. Nothing wrong. He's just getting fuel, it seemed. I thought everyone was going to come down for tires, but it didn't show that his truck was moving for tires. So maybe fuel mileage might be a concern here with 20 laps to go. I doubt it. I really hope it doesn't come down to a gas mileage race. If so, we're looking at potentially one of the winners here from Tim Hansen on back. Got James Robert, John Brinker, Gavin Legend, Paulo Ladino, Roland Heidfeld, James King, Taden Berggren, and Jessica Hergeson. A lot of these trucks look like they've been through a short track race at Martinsville. A lot of the 3-wide action leaves them with scuffs and scrapes on the sides of their vehicles, whether they're hitting another vehicle or kissing the wall on the outside. It's definitely a shame for Fastnaut, as he was looking to have a solid race going. The season is still plenty long, and with the system I have for the trucks, I will have it so wins will lock you into the playoffs. Man, a lot of these trucks are tore up. You can see the roll bars on the inside of the 50 truck there. Tristan Reams seems to be a heads or tails kind of guy. Checkers or wreckers of sorts. He's always struggling, but when he's not, he's always winning. So I would put a bet or a wager on him to make things interesting here at the end. So we're definitely going to have a shootout for the win here. This race has seen a little bit of everything. We've had some wrecks, we've had a lot of passes for the lead. Definitely, we could have seen a lot more carnage, but a lot of these guys are driving like all-stars out there. They were able to avoid the wrecks that had occurred around them with minimal damage to their rigs. A lot of these drivers are really looking good, hoping to secure a cup ride for 2023. So on the start and restart here, we've got Ant Me Person in the lead over Tristan Reams, Jordan Walker, Trevor Walker. The two brothers are doing solid. Tim Cording is running 5th, having been mired back outside the top 15 all day. Then we've got Kellen Oakley, Luis Rodriguez, Atlee Weiss, Nathan Morgan, Chaz Chadwick, Philip Leeds, Megan Reams, David Bird, Kara Cower, Tim Hansen, James Robert, John Brinker, Gavin Legend, Paulo Ladino, Roland Heidfeld, James King, Tayden Berggren, and Jessica Hergeson in 23rd. And you've got 3 lap down vehicles of number 3, number 09, and the number 68. The green flag waves as Me Person drives to a solid lead in front of Tristan Reams there in 2nd. Lap traffic's going to make things a little bit interesting here. And hopefully everyone can make it to the end here on what fuel they've got. Might be kind of hairy, I don't know. We'll see. Looked like the 31 of Trevor Walker might have kissed the wall there. Everyone's making it through turn 4 without any trouble. Jordan Walker moving his way up to 2nd here on Tristan Reams. Ant Me Person's going to be a sitting duck out there in the lead as he has very little draft help. The rest of these drivers are just going to freight train him for the lead. And I think Jordan Walker might very well be the guy with the drafting help to get him to the lead. These 2 lap trucks of Armstrong and Fastnot are holding in pretty solid for being laps down. And however unlikely, it could still work out that Me Person gets shuffled out of the top 5. And we'll see the top 5, the Pepsi sponsorship, stretch on for another week. However, that seems very unlikely as Ant Me Person has had such a strong truck all day. Atlee Weiss is sitting in 3rd right now as Chaz Chadwick has worked his way into 4th. And Tim Hansen now sitting in 5th. Atlee Weiss doesn't want to settle for 3rd as he's going to try to get a pass on Jordan Walker for 2nd. And it looks like he loses the momentum there as Jordan Walker has got a full run on Ant Me Person for the lead here. These two might make some bump to pass if, yeah, we might see a bump to pass. They look really tied together there for 2nd and 1st. Tim Hansen's got a run on the inside of Atlee there. And laps are clipping away really quickly as we're down to 12 laps to go now. Taden Berggren with fresh rubber has worked his way up from nearly dead last into the top 10. And I would wager that this is probably the moves of the race right here, because with fresh rubber, all he's got to do is find the right spots to pass everyone. As long as he gets in the inside lane here, he should be good. But he's trapped in the outside, and that's going to slow him up a little bit. And the laps are clipping away really quickly. Ant Me Person looks unbeatable out there in the first. He gets a couple contenders trying to fight him for the lead, and they just lose momentum, it seems like. Jordan Walker's got a solid run here. I do believe he's in contention after finishing dead last week. If he can win after having a last place finish, I don't know if that might be a Ford sponsorship though. It might not apply to a Toyota. Well, it definitely wouldn't apply to the Toyota. So I don't know if he's in contention for anything. Taden Berggren says, give me that Pepsi sponsorship, as he's now worked his way up to about 7th here in the closing laps. With fresh rubber, I don't think Ant Me Person will be able to hold him back. Oh, and he got a little bit of a bump there from Nathan Morgan. Keeps it straight and actually makes a couple passes after it. Now into the top 5 as we've got 9 laps to go. This may very well be the drive of the race. I don't think anyone else has seen this coming. That pit strategy is going to work to perfection as Taden Berggren drives through the entire field to the front. His lap time was a 44.798. Compare that to a 44.9 of Ant Me Person. 44.8, 44.8, and there you go. So he is setting the fastest laps in the race right now. Tim Hansen's now on the inside, and Taden Berggren has worked his way up into 2nd, falling back to 3rd it looks like. Don't count out Tim Courting as he's worked his way back up into the top 5. Everyone's really tight up front here. The common denominator is the fact that Ant Me Person still leads, but not for long, as it looks like Hansen's going to take that lead from him. And it's going to be game over if Berggren gets to the front, because I don't think anyone's going to have anything for him. We're going to see Ant Me Person ×2 with Berggren here in a minute. So we get a caution with 5 laps to go. We've got Trevor Walker. This will put us in most likely a green-white checker scenario. As they sit, Ant Me Person has the Pepsi sponsor. Okay, so looks like Luis Rodriguez and the 68 perhaps of, oh, as Roland Heidfeld collects Trevor Walker. Ooh, we had a tumble with Philip Leeds there. David Bird, Zach Armstrong. Philip Leeds actually tumbled pretty hard there. It wasn't the number of spins, but the violence of each impact as he flipped through the air. A very slow and painful flip. Fast Knot was the one that made contact with him there. Ow. So yeah, this ultimately sets us up for a finale of sorts. We're gonna get about 3 green flag laps here to end it all. Everyone that pitted and hasn't pitted have kind of made their bed with 5 laps to go. But realistically, it's the battle inside the race right now, as we've got Ant Me Person and Taden Berggren still alive. Some new faces are up front, which is kind of surprising since I just realized that the number 5 is upside down on the paint scheme for that one. We'll have to adjust that after the race. I do believe since we're within 10 laps to go, lap traffic is not going to play a factor in this. So the 68 of Zach Armstrong will be at the back and it will not tamper with the finish of this race. I do believe we have some retirees after that wreck. The numbers 31 of Trevor Walker, unfortunately, is out of the race and is going to finish 22nd. Philip Leeds will finish 23rd. David Bird, having had a rough start to the season, his rough start only continues into this week as he's going to finish 24th. And Matthew Fastnot with a 25th, and William Kinsella Jr. finishing dead last in 26th. The light should go off on the pace truck this time by, giving us 2 laps of green flag racing. We'll see if we can even get 2 laps in. We might have a wreck finishing this race up. I'm figuring out that I probably should use the Better Cautions executable for this because I'm going to end up having a lot of situations like this in the truck series, I believe. Okie dokie. Grab some popcorn, sit back, kick your shoes off, just get relaxed and ready to watch one hell of a finish here. If anything's an indication, it's not a great job or a great position to be leading the race, as you're always going to get shuffled out. You're usually a sitting duck. We have seen, though, that Ant Me Person get out and lead about 5 laps before traffic will catch up to lead, try and pass him. In our top 5, we've got Hansen, Me Person, Berggren, Morgan, Cording, Hergeson, Brinker, Weiss, Roberts, Jordan Walker, Chaz Chadwick, Kellen Oakley, Luis Rodriguez, Kara Cower, Maggie Reams, Tristan Reams, James King, Roland Heidfeld, Paulo Ladino, Gavin Legend, and then there we got the 68 truck of Zach Armstrong. The pace truck is pulling in, the green flag in hand on the flag waver, and the green flag is being waved as they are taken off for their last 3 laps around the track. No lap traffic, just good hard racing for the win here. Taden Berggren looking to try and get me person for second here. And that'll be a Pepsi sponsorship in his pocket if he can hold it. Nathan Morgan coming in on the inside here, looking to pick up third, as me person might get shuffled out of the top 5 here. Oh, me person tried to take a jab there at Berggren, but actually it kind of slowed down the draft a little bit. But it looks like Berggren's going to prevail, and he's going to try to take the lead from Tim Hansen here on the front stretch. Doesn't look like he's had quite the momentum though, as Hansen's holding strong on the outside. Berggren does get on the inside there. And we might have some potential for a wreck here, as they're all racing really hard for the win. Tim Hansen settles into second pretty good there. He's still got a shot, and he's going to try to take the lead back early. I think the strategy here will be to wait a while. Ant Me Person worked his way back into third. Tim Hansen on the inside here. He's going to make a drag race on the front stretch. Unfortunately, didn't get enough momentum to get underside of Berggren there. But he's going to keep position on Me Person for second. Jessica Hergeson's worked her way up to third now. And Tim Hansen ain't going to give up. He's going to try again. He's going to get a good run here on the backstretch. Entering turn 3, it looks like he might get the position on Berggren. And Berggren's not out of the woods for the Pepsi sponsorship, as Ant Me Person's now on the inside. And Ant Me Person gets second from Berggren. Tim Hansen looks like he's only got to hold off Ant Me Person to the finish line here. And that was a close finish, as Tim Hansen is your victor. Ant Me Person secures the Pepsi sponsorship. Taden Berggren brings home his second third place finish. Jessica Hergeson with a solid 4th. James Robert with a 5th. Chaz Chadwick coming in 6th. Luis Rodriguez with a solid 7th in his first race of the season. And then you had Jordan Walker coming in 8th. Tim Cording coming home 9th in his first race. And Nathan Morgan securing a top 10. So that was a solid race. I appreciate everyone that gave me the recommendation to run Banked Indy. I'm not one for modified tracks, but this track definitely took the cake. Tim Hansen put together a good race there. He stayed inside the top 10 all day, it seemed like. Ant Me Person just came up short, finishing second. And he's likely, actually, I can guarantee you, Ant Me Person will still be your points leader after a win and a second place finish. Everyone's wages or income, I guess, will be updated shortly. I'll try to get that all done this evening before I go to bed. I do work early tomorrow, and then tomorrow it's the Cup Series 777 Annual at Vegas. I'm trying to break a 151 race winless streak for my AI. You can't say that I cheat the system by making my guy win all the races, because I haven't won for 3 years now. And as I mentioned before, I am looking towards growing the Truck Series schedule. It may be 15 right now, but it's definitely going to be larger before the end of the season. I'm looking to run at least 20 or 25 races. So the other tracks that were voted upon but failed to make the cut will get added to the schedule later on in the season. Our season is going to stretch from here until late into, I would say, October or November, so it's going to end roughly the same time as the NASCAR series in real life. And it's going to run in collaboration with my Busch League and my Cup Series. I have make sure I get everything backed up. Quite particular. OCD, I guess some would say. So Tim Hansen goes down as our closest victor in the series, having a 0.06 second deficit for the winning margin. And so thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. It's been a fun race to spectate for sure. We will have a little brief vacation time as I'll be gone to Arizona, and we will get back on track in about 2 weeks for the Truck Series. So stay tuned and keep rooting for your driver. This is Jaker out.